Photoplay magazine employs the Gallup poll to determine which pictures and which players are the current favorites of American movie audiences. Photoplay's Gold Medal Awards, presented to the winners at an annual banquet, are especially valued by motion picture workers since they directly represent public opinion. And now, as this year's party gets underway, let's meet some of the famous guests. Here with her husband, radio producer Tom Lewis, is Loretta Young. Loretta starred in The Farmer's Daughter, named by fans throughout the country as one of the most popular pictures of the year. Lovely Gail Patrick arrives with her husband, Cornwell Jackson, a former Air Force officer who is now an executive of one of Hollywood's top-ranking advertising agencies. Brenda Marshall and William Holden, a private life Mr. and Mrs. combination that commands the loyalty of a host of fans. Here are Mr. and Mrs. William Demarest, and with them Al Green, one of Hollywood's outstanding directors for more than 30 years. Jane Wyatt and her husband Edgar Ward. After several years of semi-retirement, Jane again is skyrocketing to stardom. If you want to ask a question, here's a famous answer man. Meet Oscar Levant, concert pianist, occasional screen player, and perennial wit. Virginia Mayo and Michael O'Shea. The Photoplay poll establishes Virginia as one of the 6 Hollywood actresses whose popularity is increasing most rapidly. Here are Lauren Bacall and Humphrey Bogart. And anyone who can translate pantomime will understand that Lauren is present tonight in spite of a severe headache. Another of the chosen 6 is vivacious Evelyn Keyes. Her escort is her equally famous husband, director John Huston, son of the veteran stage and screen star Walter Huston. Claudette Colbert, glimpsed here as he chats with friends, co-starred in one of the award-winning pictures of 1947, The Egg and I. George Jessel and Mr. and Mrs. Harry Cohn. Mr. Cohn is president of Columbia Pictures Corporation. Fred Sammis, editorial director of Photoplay magazine and official host of tonight's party, greets Luella Parsons and Jimmy Starr, 2 of Hollywood's most noted movie columnists. Mr. and Mrs. Jean Hersholt. Though seldom seen on the screen in recent years, Jean Hersholt is universally beloved both by movie workers and movie fans. Dick Powell and Larry Parks. Larry is doubly spotlighted tonight. Not only is he the star of the year's most popular picture, The Jolson Story, but the Photoplay poll also distinguishes him as one of the 2 Hollywood actors whose popularity is increasing most rapidly. Speaking of The Jolson Story, here with Harry Cohn and Mrs. Jolson is Al himself, the fabulous entertainer whose real-life career provided the picture's plot. Georgie Jessel is prompt to offer congratulations, and oops, maybe Georgie should have been a French general. He'd be a whiz at passing out medals. Meet the most popular actress of 1947. The Photoplay poll conclusively establishes Ingrid Bergman as the people's choice. And now, with most of the guests arrived, let's glance around the banquet room while the musicians continue their serenade. A list of those present tonight would include representatives of all the motion picture arts and crafts, and read like a who's who of Hollywood. Ann Daggett, whom you see here with Marvin Farris, William Holden, and writer Stephen Longstreet, is Photoplay magazine's Hollywood reporter, a very busy lady tonight. Jack Benny, who probably disguised himself as a violinist in order to elude our cameraman at the door, is on hand to act as master of ceremonies and present the Gold Medal Awards. Humphrey Bogart might as well resign himself to the spotlight's glare. Fans voted him one of the 5 most popular actors of the year. Editor Fred Sammis, after reviewing the results of the audience survey, busies himself with introduction. Evelyn Keyes, who won audience favor in The Jolson Story, takes a bow. The climax of the program is the presentation of the principal awards, which go to the 5 actors and the 5 actresses voted the most popular, and to the producers of the 10 best-liked pictures of the year. It's time for Jack Benny to take over as master of ceremonies. It's a gay party, but don't think these movie workers underrate the importance of awards voted directly by the public. Mr. and Mrs. Fan are the most important critics of all. Loretta Young, acting in behalf of the producers of her picture, The Farmer's Daughter. Humphrey Bogart and Alan Ladd come forward to receive awards attesting that they rank among the screen's 5 most popular actors. Bing Crosby, unavoidably absent tonight, is in the #1 position for the 4th straight year. The other 2 runners-up are Gregory Peck and Gary Cooper. Producer-director Elliot Nugent is a winner for his picture. And here to receive her award is Ingrid Bergman, whom fans acclaimed as the screen's most popular actress for the 2nd consecutive year. In her case, the honor is particularly significant, proof positive that moviegoers are anything but fickle in their loyalties, as so often has been charged. Ingrid, who spent most of the past year on the New York stage, starring in the play Joan of the Rain, had no new pictures released in 1947. Under such circumstances, her sweeping victory in the Photoplay poll is a most remarkable tribute to both her personal magnetism and the constancy of her admirers. To Harry Cohn, head man of Columbia Studios, goes one of the most coveted honors a producer can win. Photoplay's Gold Medal Award for the most popular picture of the year, in this case, the Jolson story. Again, the fans' declared preference for the Jolson story refutes a common slander against the consistency of motion picture audiences. It's often argued that pictures released early in any given year are forgotten before the year's out and the various awards are voted. Yet the Jolson story was released early in 1947 and won in competition against fine pictures released many months later. The producer of the Jolson story isn't being overlooked either, as the honors are distributed. He's Sidney Skolsky, the famous Broadway and Hollywood columnist. And here with him at the microphone are Al Green, the director of the Jolson story, and Stephen Longstreet, the writer who transformed it into a prize-winning screenplay. Great pictures invariably are the result of great teamwork. One member of the team that produced the Jolson story was seen on the screen by proxy only. However, it was he, Al Jolson himself, who by living the story actually created it. And it was his voice that sang the song. And if Al Jolson thinks he's going to get away from this banquet tonight without singing them again, he's badly mistaken. Ever since he first won stardom, Al has been a favorite not only with non-professional audiences, but with his fellow entertainers as well. Because he, perhaps more than any other star of recent times, personifies show business, it's particularly fitting that a picture based on his life story should be the winner of an award voted by the very people to whose entertainment he's devoted his life. Well, if the other guests at Photoplay's annual Gold Medal Award banquet keep him singing overtime, don't worry about him. He loves it.